Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild! This is episode 16, calling it Recovery. Why am I calling it Recovery? Well, the funny thing is, I may have broken my Nintendo Switch and had to get a new one, and I couldn't quite recover the data off of it. So, I'm going to start playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild all over from scratch. Not once, but twice. What do I mean by that? Well, even my personal playthrough of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is gone. Our playthrough of Breath of the Wild for the Let's Play, gone. So, what am I going to do? Well, let's go ahead and rewind things here, and let's try and start over from the beginning, I think. So, right now, this is kind of a weird thing for me to do. I'm actually watching the video I've already edited and voiceovering it. So as you can see, for instance, I'm showing off here how to get an item. Now, this is just off from the Magnesis temple here. And I didn't actually think I'd be including this part, so you can kind of see I'm playing with the board a little bit. But if you ever wondered what these two chests were, if you put down this plank here, you can cross over. Now, you want to be really careful with the butt here, because if you fall in, you're gone. You're dead. On the side, you get 5 ice arrows. On the other side, ta-da, you get 5 fire arrows. So we're going to go and collect those. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do while we're trying to bring things back together is also try and get as many Korok seeds as we can. Now, I am making kind of a little bit of a guide here. So, I think we've already seen this one, but I want to show off new kind of layout we're going to be doing. So, go ahead and take this, and I put it down inside. And the Korok shows up. That screen goes down. We get which number it is, and we can see on the map where exactly it is. Da-da-dum. I like that music, by the way. So now, moving on to the next one. This is number 2. Pick up the rock, and you get the Korok seed. Then if you actually head back over for where the mud swamp is, and kind of along the edge of the forest, you'll come upon a bigger tree that actually has a pile of leaves underneath it. You can either burn these, or you can actually use a two-handed weapon to clear the leaves. Again, pick up the rock, and there you go. You have number 3. Heading from there, we're actually going to be heading into the center of the forest of trees, actually like right above where that little, where the little thing was. Tweehee! Watch Link run along here. This is actually really weird for me to do because I'm not used to voicing these. So there we go. Like I said, we're in the middle of the forest of trees. And we get another Korok seed. Alright, so from here, we're actually heading back near the Temple of Time where this pond is. If you actually jump off of this and land in the center of those lily pads, you get yet another Korok seed. There you go. And I think everyone remembers this one as well, but on top of the Temple of Time, if you climb up to the very, very, very top of the steeple, we can go ahead and grab some more here. Now, I do want to talk about this format a little bit. This is very experimental. I try to make it in such a way that people would hopefully like it, and I hope you do enjoy. If you guys do enjoy the new format, go ahead and let me know, either with a comment or a like, something along those lines. I would really like to know if this looks really good for you guys. Now, heading over to the easternmost temple on the Great Plateau. You can see we're going ahead and killing a few enemies here. Had to take care of these guys as soon as they came out of the temple. I wanted to give you an idea where where we were at currently. I didn't want to just be in the middle of nowhere. This is, of course, before I made the whole map thing, so I didn't know how I was going to show off where we were. But if you head off back behind the temple and drop down here, there's this metal door. And if we pick it up and move it, guess what? It's another rock! Also showing off more of the area, apparently. Because like I said, again, when I recorded this, I didn't know what I was doing. There are 2 Korok seeds there. We're only going to be able to get one of them on this trip. Now, this is hilarious. I'm walking behind an active guardian. It's just not noticing me at all. So I walk up behind it, and we're going to actually see me kind of pose for a picture here. So I was really worried right there that it actually sensed me. So I get up right behind it, and turn around for that selfie action. Oh yeah. Alright, so heading back up near the Temple of Time, if you actually head behind it from where we're at, or heading back from that temple, you notice there's a gate like way up there. It heads into the cold area. If you need more spicy peppers, which you may very well need, go ahead and actually head over here, and just to the left of that gate, there's going to be 6 spicy peppers. So they'll give you a total of 9 before you try and make your cold resistance stuff. Speaking of making the food, let's go ahead and head up here to the top of the old man's house. If you interact with that swirly bit, you'll get another Korok seed. Alright, now this is of course past the third temple, or basically past the stasis temple. You can pick up a Korok seed there. And then heading from that Korok seed, if you actually head just down the wall and move this door with, or I guess it's a slab with stasis, you can actually get yet another rock. Also, a very awkward camera angle, I just want to mention that. Like, I could not make it look good at all. And away it goes! Whee! Alright, let's go and pick up that rock, and yet again we'll get another Korok seed. Like I said, those two are basically right next to each other. Alright, then heading to the top of Mount Hylia, the peak that's kind of the twin to where the other temple is. We're heading up there. It's a very long run. I actually found out that if you head all the way up here, and this takes a while obviously, the old man is up here, and if you actually talk to him, he's like, oh, it's fierce at the top of these mountaintops, and we'll be like, it's a breathtaking view. It's like, it may be the best place to get the view of the entire plateau, and then he tries to go back into the scope and how to use it, so on and so forth. We're like, okay, we're fine without this tutorial, and then we say we got it, and then we go ahead and get rewarded with a warm doublet for making it this far without the proper clothing. There are now 2 ways to get this thing. You can either talk to him, or you can make a recipe, and we'll come back to that here later down the road. So anyway, we go and equip it, and you can see that our cold resistance is a lot higher now, especially with the effects still going on. We go ahead and head down this mountain with the battered up shield here. I do take a little bit of fall damage. We can go ahead and head just off a little bit north of that rock circle, pick up this rock, and return it to its rightful place. There we go. Another Korok seed, number 11. Alright, then heading from the 4th temple, or the ice temple, if you actually head down this way, you want to be really careful. I actually died quite a few times trying to get down here too quickly. Now, if we head across over to where this wall is and climb up, there's actually this pillar of ice. You'd need to melt it. So, I wasn't thinking, I thought, oh, if I shoot it once, okay, that'll melt it. And then you can see me run up to it like, oh wait, it's not melting. So then I tried to shoot it again, and I tried to pick up the fire with a wooden weapon. Didn't get to it in time because I was frick-fracking with the controls. See, I just miss it. I'm like, okay, it only needs to be burned once more, right? Nope, it needs to be burned twice more. So it takes a total of 4 fire attacks, basically. So I go ahead and shoot it once more. Wasted quite a bit of my fire arrows, but with that, we get another Korok seed. Yay. Alright, heading down from the mountain towards the river, we can actually pick up that slab. Right now I'm trying to clear the enemies. You can kind of see where the Korok seed is below. I, of course, get shot with an arrow as I'm trying to get this set up and just take out these guys. So I go ahead and put it down below. And I interact with the cloud, or examine it. There we go. We get Korok seed number 13. Now, next one we're going to be getting is near Hopper Pond. I will admit I did miss getting the last one, but I think I'll have to do that in the next video. This video did take quite a lot of work and a lot of editing to do for how short it is. So let's go ahead and head up here. And pick that up. And go ahead and slot it in place. And yet again, you get another Korok seed. I don't plan on doing a whole lot more of these episodes, but it's going to take me a while to recover stuff. What can I say? And I'm having a leg surgery come up soon, so it's going to, of course, mess with things. So, going back to the other way to get the warm doublet. If you read the old man's diary, you can see that he has made a spicy meat and seafood fry. However, he cannot remember what allowed him to do that. With my dish at my side, I no longer have need for the itchy warm doublet. So if you go and read more, I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems to forgot to write down the very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper. However, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I only have my knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. However, it would seem unlikely that it would be fulfilled. So if we actually head back to the Hyrule Temple of Time and jump in their pond, we can grab here a Hyrule base boss. I don't know. And then if you go to the nearby forest, you can actually chase down a boar. I had this boar run away from me, and so I had to chase him all the way down over here. But with that, we also pick up some raw meat. Then, if you take the spicy pepper, the raw meat, and the Hyrule base, I don't know how to fish. If you put them all together in the cooking pot, like so, you'll get the spicy meat and seafood fry. Well, you may be wondering, what if you give it to the old man now that we already have the warm doublet? So we ask him what he's doing, and he's like, oh, I'm recovering from about a hard work. If you're hungry, you can use the cooking pot, and you say, I cooked something. Wait, is that? Well, it's just like my signature perfect dish, spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... Well, I suppose that's not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? And we tell him, of course. Hyrule boss. Well done. Now please allow me to reward you. Oh, that's right. I already gave it to you, didn't I? I had forgotten. Oh, my mistake. So you do not get a second piece of equipment with it, sadly. So this is just some extra footage right now at this point. It's enough to allow me to kind of do my wrap-up. I don't plan on doing a whole lot more of these episodes, just to the point I get caught up. But do know that this footage was over an hour worth of footage that I took. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you would like to see more stuff like this, I'm more than happy to go and try and do it this way. Just know that the main adventure is probably still going to go in normal 30-minute chunks. Either way, my name is Thowan. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button. If you guys would like to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Either way, I will see you guys in the next episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Bye-bye!